I'm amazed at what I'm seeing from the CW on the Karen Reed case, obviously. I'm actually so amazed that I want to say befuddled. Can I say that? Oh yeah, I can say that. Now before we start, I'm going to say that I am not a legal professional. I am not a lawyer. I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a fire professional. I'm not a professional expert, but I am a professional tarot profiler. And I think we're going to see some things here that maybe will ring a bell with you. So stay tuned. I think you're going to find this very interesting.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lady Zelda with Seeing Crime, and I think you're going to be interested in this one. I have some friends out here on the table. They're your friends as well. But before we get started, please do me that favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new here. And share it if you can, because I'm going to tell you, this is now starting to get a little cray-cray. It's December the 10th of 2024. And it seems like the motions have just been flying. Coming in, being denied, coming in, being denied. But there's one little motion that I'm just baffled. And that is the motion, let me see if I can get it correctly, reciprocal discovery. What does that mean? Well, the CW is wanting discovery from ARCA. Yeah, you've got it. The crash daddies. They're wanting all the information that the crash daddies were given in order to come up with what it is that they testified to in the last case. Now, I've got to tell you this. Yeah, right? What? What are they even doing? I have a theory. So let me introduce the cards. I have the hidden deck because I think there's some things being hidden here. I have the Thelema Lenormand deck, the Kipper, Mythic Tarot, and I have the Gypsy Witch. We know this. No gypsy, no witch, but you know what? We sure have a lot of those little fellows around. And I've got some other friends here on the side too, if we need to pull them in. But I got to tell you, can we just get any more desperate? Well, I'm sure we can. This isn't the only thing that we see. And I'm going to say this. I know nothing is going to happen with Karen. I know she's going to be acquitted. I know that this is going to get to the point where it's just ridiculous. I don't want her to experience any more stress. But am I the only one that is sitting here saying, oh, I cannot wait until these people get into court and we watch the defense team now with Attorney Robert Alessi added to the mix? I can't wait to see that. I can see Karen smiling at the defense table now. You guessed it. I want you to tell me what you see in the cloth if you see anything. So here we go. Now here's my theory. Not based on anything, but theory. And this is how sometimes you profile, okay? Now, I'm going to lay out these two cards first. I'm going to tell you my theory. We read these in pairs. I always shuffle before reading, but so you can see, I want you to see the shuffle. And look at that. They have been busy writing these motions today. Number 27 and the 7 of spades, a letter or a message. And there is the star card, the heaven, 6 of hearts, and number 16. I'm going to put these to the side for a minute. Here's my theory, folks. Bear with me. You know, before before Hank came into the CW as the special prosecutor, and we were ready to, get started, and all of a sudden he's announced, and everybody's looking at him like he is Superman and that he's taken on the mob, but he takes on corruption from the government. Now, here's my theory. And I'm just going to say what if. Now, this is my opinion. It's entertainment purposes only, but just let me know what you think. And then we're really going to deep dive. Here's my theory. Was Hank brought in by D.A. Morrissey because D.A. Morrissey thinks that Hank has got the leg up, meaning that he's got a special part about him that can overturn what it is the feds are doing toward Morrissey? Let me see if I can rephrase that. Does he think that he's going to get maybe some special information that Morrissey may know what the feds are thinking about him if Hank gets closer to the feds? Do you think that Morrissey is using Hank as that conduit, as maybe even a liaison to figure it out? Because right now, that sure seems it. I'm sorry, but if you want to really tick off Josh Levy, if you want to really make the feds mad, start playing around with their investigation and asking for the information that they have and why and how did they come up with their findings. And that is the crash daddies. That's what Hanky's doing. He is asking for the crash daddy information as to how they came up with all of these facts and findings. Desperate much? But I think there's more to it. That's my opinion. Allegedly, supposedly, I'm thinking there's more to it. Does Morrissey think that Hank's going to be able to head off the feds? I mean, does he just think that he's going to be able to go around this and figure out what it is that they have on Morrissey? I don't really think he gives a flip about Karen Reed's justice. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I think that this is Morrissey's CYA move, or CHA, cover his. Let's get into it. This message, now we're hearing all of these written, you see we've got some written things here, stacks of motions. I think there's more coming. There is a motion hearing on the 12th, which is Thursday. 7 of spades and 6 of hearts means that, well, there's going to be some sacrifices for the CW. I don't see them getting what it is that they're asking, and talk about shooting for the stars. They may as well speak to a brick wall. Do you notice something in this card? There is the zodiac wheel. All 12 signs represented in this card. There is a divine presence over this case, partly because I believe of Officer John, partly because I believe of Sandra Birchmore, and partly because I believe that there is this champion part of this where Karen, this is a purpose for Karen. She's divinely protected. All right, so let's go. I want to see what this is. Could this be? I'm framing it in questions because I want you to let me know in the chat. And do me a favor. Click the thumbs up while you're there. Will you do me that favor? Child. Community. Lovers. Putting this to the side. This child This is a retrial. It is a new beginning. It is technically supposed to be starting from scratch. However, a lot of the information, a lot of the motions, pardon me, are being held over and will be, even though Auntie Bev says this is a new trial, there's going to be new information come out. There may even be some that is withheld. The Lover's card means that the community is so engrossed in this. Everyone is very engrossed in everything that they are doing in this trial. People are waiting. Now, we're also going to be getting a new trial date for the retrial. This is a motions hearing that's coming up on Thursday. I will tell you this. March is going to be very significant. I saw, and I've been saying for a long time, there's not going to be a trial in January. And I'm just not so sure there's going to be one in April or whenever it is going to be happening. She may set it for March. I don't know. But let's see. Let's see. I am more wondering about this strategy. I mean, can they tell us any more that they are fishing? Ugh. I mean, it's ridiculous. The Two of Swords, take a look at this. We have both sides that have been coming together. There's Karen in between. She's closing her ears. And rightfully so, because this is a banter going back and forth. But remember, she uses her gut instinct on this. And anytime you have swords that are crossed, technically means those are fighting words. And sometimes you just have to protect yourself from that and remove yourself from the rhetoric. We have a good side, we have a bad side. The good side and the dark side. But just know, you see the clouds in the sky, but there's also an indication that this is just temporary. And it is. And I don't want any of you to get all upset and think, oh my gosh, what is going on? This is going to be falling apart. No, don't let your anxiety get ahead of you. Because you know what the CW is subliminally, is that a word? Subliminally? Yes. Proving to all of us that they continue not to have something, and when something falls away, they start on something else. Have you noticed that? Instead of saying, okay, we want this and this and this and this, when they lose or when they get a motion denied, they come back and say, oh, okay, well, now we want this and this and this. They don't know what they're doing. This is like cooking spaghetti and throwing a piece of pasta on the wall to see if it sticks, and then if it's done. This Knight of Pentacles, you see the horse is standing very stoic, very calm. This Knight of Pentacles is an earth sign, and it is very grounded. But this little fellow is sitting here, this knight. He's sitting here. He's not in an armor. He's got his pentacle here, and he's waiting for action. He's waiting for someone to say, okay, now it's time to get moving. And that will happen on the 12th. The Six of Cups, deciding exactly where it's like, okay, what direction do you want us to go, CW? But this is all about what can be remembered, and what is the memory, and what are the thoughts. Because, you see, Hank was starting out in one direction, and now he's looking, talk about grasping for straws, right? What do you think about that theory? Is this just something that I think that they're trying to get a leg up on what it is the feds are doing with Morrissey. That's my opinion. I think that's what I'm seeing. because it pushes my buttons, and I know it does yours too. There is the lightning storm, and it's basically, now look at this, extra joker. Ooh, that's not good. And in this particular deck, okay, and this particular deck, the extra joker, you know, in a playing card deck, you have two jokers. One is hidden things, not so good things, and then the second joker is this oh crap moment. It's that oh my gosh. But look at this. The 6 of clubs comes here. And this 6 of clubs is saying, no. This talks about delays, the 6 of clubs, but this storm here basically says there's a lot of disagreements, and there's going to continue to be a lot of disagreements. And remember the inverted video? Well, I think we're going to see some more of that if this second trial comes up. I can't wait to see what's going on with that inverted video stuff. We've not even got to that. This is going to be like the trial of the century. The King of Hearts. This is Mr. Reed working hand in hand with not only Karen, not only the defense team, but working hand in hand as being there as this beautiful substance of just being this representative of the Reed family and showing that is his place. That is his disposition. This means it is warm and loving, and he will remain there. I think, my darlings, as we go on, and when the CW does not get Arca's information that they're asking for, let me see, I've got this deck upside down, my apologies. When they don't get that, what they're asking for, look at that, they're not going to be very, very happy. Now, to the side. The enemy. Well, that could be, in my opinion, the CW, because they sure act like it. But here's the judge. And could this mean that, oh, I don't know, if I want to go so far and say that the judge may possibly be the enemy? I don't know. I think we all have our opinions on that. You can let me know yours in the chat, in the comments. But she certainly can act like it sometimes. Let me say that. I'm going to tell you something. There will be a gift to the defense team. It will be a gift of fidelity or loyalty. It's going to be a gift, and I think the gift is going to be from the feds. Could there be some more information come out? Could there be some more pages come? Could we see that? Oh, I think that's very possible now, especially since they're going to be ticking off Josh Levy and the Crash Daddies. Oh, they'll be showing up in the next trial. The King of Clubs. 5 of Hearts. Ace of Clubs. And the 8 of Hearts. Let me put 2 more down. Okay, here we go. Hank Brennan and the judge. These are decisions that are about to be made. I think she's been making a lot of decisions on these motions, and Hank doesn't have a very good track record. A lot of them are getting denied. But this 10 of Hearts indicates that there is a brand new beginning coming, as illustrated back here. A brand new, fresh start, retrial, if it happens, beginning. And this is a timing card. Not only is it a timing card, but it basically is a card that says, look, if you've got this card here and here, but you've got this card, it means you better have your act together. Is pretty much, I'm just going to paraphrase that. And the timing, well, that's this past summer. So you know all of this has just been brewing since last summer. This Eight of Hearts is a very suspicious card, and I am extremely suspicious of the CW these days. Let me get a word from the House of Zelda. Change in directions, absolutely. They keep changing their directions. They go from one thing to another. But this last change that they've made, asking the crash daddies for the information, oh, I'm sorry. That just doesn't look good. But Morrissey, I'm just going to say this, in my opinion, Morrissey has a hidden agenda. His hidden agenda is because he knows his little goose is cooked. Meaning, that information with those emails are starting to come out, but there's more to come. There's more of everything to come. And when we see this nice little gift of information come from the feds, in my opinion, to the defense, this will be a brand new pathway ahead. Let's get a final message. Final message for my friends. Tell me what it is you think, my darlings. The Eight of Swords. Oh, yeah. This is on Thursday. And I'm going to be there with popcorn. You see how that is? You see all the tongues wagging? You see this? This is a card that basically says, there's so much going on. There's so much communication. This is the CW communicating. There's poor Karen in the middle. However, even though she has swords around her, that's just a lot of communication. It's not holding her back. Because look at this guy behind. Look at this guy standing behind her. And look at all these little just tongues wagging. Yak, 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 yak. So pardon me for saying this. I do not believe that this is, I believe it is about Karen, but I do not believe that it's all. I do not believe it's all about Karen. I believe that this is about Morrissey and a fact-finding mission so he can save himself. They don't give a rip about Karen's right, her constitutional rights, in my opinion. In my opinion. You know me, one more card. Let me know what you think. A message of concern, that's right. But this isn't Karen. This isn't Karen. This is a message of concern. Just because you see a woman there, this energy is male or female. This is about the CW, and the message of concern is going to be this. It's going to be a little note from either the feds or Josh Levy, or just an indication that, look, you better straighten up and fly right there in the CW if you're doing anything you shouldn't be. Because we're coming. And I really feel that they will be coming with a vengeance. It's all about timing, my darlings. Thanks for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to keep looking into this. Oh, my goodness. This is really something. I'm leaving the links in the description so you can shop and get readings. And this is going to be something else to watch on Thursday. And I appreciate you being here. Much love to all of you. I'll see you soon.